So, hello, Android Paul.
Yes, sir. Hello, mold breaker.
Yes, so we have Vince Moldbreaker on the spot, and we have Miggy Android Paul passing here with me. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to fix this interference.
Yeah, no problem. Right. While we're at it, we actually have Dyle versus Znivs. Znivs actually has been clawing his way up from 2 losses earlier today, and basically Znivs is on his Cinderella run to potentially taking the crown for this tournament, while Dyle undefeated, 5-0 straight making his way, knowing that he could be the undisputed champion for this tournament.
The most interesting thing here is Blake is Dial's always been very good at making sure that the game goes his way, and this is the very first time we're actually seeing that. Yeah, they're just taking it constantly.
Yes, sir. And to be honest, looking at Dyle's team versus Znivs, it's really nice to see huge variety in the Pokemon because you can see Takeru, you can see Champao really making it hard for any team to go against Dyle because you're gonna have to circumnavigate the stat reductions from both of these Pokemon, and especially with the Sinistcha running around, it is gonna be a rough moment, especially for Pokemon like Rillaboom, especially for the Incineroar if it is defensive area.
Right. So again, we do know that Snivs. I spoke to Snivs earlier, and he was saying that, "Oh man, I have to fight Dyle again. Dyle counters my team." Now we do see that Snivs leads here with Urshifu and Fluttermane, and Dyle leads with Qianpao and that Thunderbird. The Zapdos, the Galarian Zapdos, is ready to attack.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Galarian Zapdos really is like the huge thing about this matchup right here, because you can't really show up with your Incineroar. It's gonna get that Defiance boost. And to be honest, what's the option here for Dyle? What's the option here for Znivs? Because Znivs potentially can just throw out any of his offensive moves, or he could potentially beat the Urshifu. But let's see what the adaptation here is for Dyle for the Znivs.
Well, the most interesting thing here is that the Zapdos that Brave Bird is going to beat something up.
Yes, sir.
And I don't think Fluttermane is going to appreciate getting smacked in the face by a giant bird. Now, this Terra Water, I still don't think that Urshifu would appreciate getting hit in the face with a Brave Bird. So
I know. And to be honest, if we're looking at here, there's this control from Znivs. Hopefully he can try to take out the Zapdos first. I'm looking at probably a Surging Strikes onto the Zapdos slot, and that would probably take it out. But let's see what's the adaptation here.
Now we do know that the Defiance boost, and we know that okay, so with the Sash, that's it.
Absolutely good play right there from Snivs.
Fantastic play by Snivs. That Icy Wind just sealed the deal there.
Right, and that's immediately taking out that one threat for that team. And to be honest, Zapdos, the Galarian Birds right now, doing a lot of work.
They're doing an insane amount of work. The best things that ever happened to those birds was for them to go to Europe,
Yes, sir. The
UIC
has showed up with the most crazy Pokemon. And to be honest, I was expecting to see Iron Crown today, but turns out nobody wants to play that.
That turns out Cebu's not a fan of Iron Crown, but so we are a huge fan of apparently Raging Bolt.
Yes, sir.
Along with everyone else.
I think everyone has a Raging Bolt, except for Dyle.
Yeah, except for Dyle, who's right here. Who's like, I don't need that long neck.
Yes, sir.
Instead, he brought the two Treasures of Ruin on the same team, and neither of them are fish.
Yeah, I kind of would love to see Chi here, but looks like the Qianpao Dragonite matchup is essentially where World has been huge threat for the Ice Spinner, huge threat for Scale Shot, but there is that Intimidate.
It's so tried and tested. Dragonite and Qianpao go so incredibly well together.
Absolutely.
And now we do see that he did pull out the Urshifu for Incineroar, on Sniv's side, but then we know that Multiscale is in action for Dyle, so he will not be blocking that Intimidate. Now, Moonblast will KO the Qianpao, though.
that icy wind definitely takes out that focus sash and into that moonblast. The Chanpao did not stand a chance, but would that retaliate? Would he be able to take out? No,
Still not enough. Without Qian Pao's Sword of Ruin, there just was not enough power. The Intimidate plus the Sword of Ruin, it just wasn't there, unfortunately. Even with that Terra Steel, it just wasn't enough to take out the Flutter Mane. And if I do recall something I spoke to Znivs about earlier, because I did speak with both of these players during the preparations for this, Znivs did say that he wanted this Flutter Mane to survive he wanted to survive a Woodhammer from a Rillaboom. So as we can see, that paid extreme dividends. That Dragonite, while it did make a major dent in that Flutter Mane, it just was not enough.
Yes, and as I've noticed, a lot of people have been specking that Flutter Mane to survive and making it more of a utility Pokemon instead of like a offensive threat. But looking at it right now, even though it is not fully spec'd into like special attack, it does pack a punch.
Right. So,
but the icy wind.
The icy wind comes out again. This Flutter Mane is the definition of support here. Now, Scale Shot is doing absolutely nothing.
Yes, sir. Look at that damage. Even though it's gonna hit 5 times, it's probably not enough to prop the Citrus Berry.
It's still not enough to prop the Citrus Berry. Even with all that power, still nothing. The Intimidate was just so oppressive.
But let's see. Would that speed still put it at a good? Ooh.
The Icy Wind took out the Multiscale, allowing for that Flare Blitz from the Incineroar to just punch it through. Scale Shot lowering its defense. Incineroar saying, "Don't mind if I do."
Yes, sir. And look at that. With that Scale Shot minus defense drop, essentially just guarantees that one shot from Znivs. But there's the Throat Chop. Oh.
And unfortunately, without the coaching boost from the Galarian Zapdos, Sting Blue is just kind of sitting there. He's vibing, but there's not too much he can do, unfortunately.
But I think, do we believe in the bowl?
Earthquake goes real hard here.
Will the bowl be able to take out 2 of these Pokemon? Looking at this right now, hopefully it does, but there's a Moonblast. How much does it do? A lot of damage.
Interestingly here, I don't remember Dyle terastallizing.
Yes, sir.
If he
he terastallized the Dragonite.
Ah, right, yeah, he terastallized the Dragonite.
Oh,
and like I said, that Earthquake goes real hard here.
Now, this is it. This is gonna be one last Pokemon for Znivs, and I believe that has to be the Urshifu.
I mean, the Urshifu's still there. I don't think the Mystical Bowl, it gets filled with water,
Yeah, it's gonna surge.
It's not very quick, unfortunately. So we will be seeing Znivs take game 1. Tinglu just got kicked in the face there.
That hole has been cracked, but looking at it right now, Znivs commanding performance right here, dismantling the defense that Dyle has, and looks like we might be seeing chinks in the armor for the undefeated Dyle.
Right. I mean, Dyle always plays defensively, but we did see here it looks like he's trying to play a little more aggressively, which may be his undoing. Perhaps Dyle suffering from fatigue, but either way, Dyle plays best when he's able to just sit back and watch the enemy struggle.
Yes, sir. And looking at how the team comp may be, I'm thinking if Dyle is able to keep that Zapdos alive, he does have a lot of pressure to protect his Pokemon. I'm really thinking of potentially seeing Sinistcha maybe in this set, who knows? But looking at the options right there, Gouging Fire is yet to be seen as well. So what's the adaptation for Dyle?
If we do a little theory crafting here, if Gouging Fire was sent out instead of the Zapdos earlier, would it have made a difference? I mean, that was that lead? Incineroar and Flutter Mane?
Yeah.
But then you have to think about it. Gouging Fire could have mitigated anything from either of those and retaliated back with a pretty intense Heat Crash or Howl to boost its fellow Qian Pao. But Dyle actually here just finished making his selection. A little unorthodox for the player. And from the spectator seat here, the commentator seat rather, we do see that Znivs is making several several major revisions to what he wants to do. But both of these players seem pretty assured of what they want to do in the end of the game.
And you know what? It really feels, like a very Cinderella-esque story for Znivs right now because he has brought that Ogre Pawn towards the finals, and will that Ogre Pawn be able to make that one last bomb? Will he be crowned even though it is the opposite type of what he has right now, the trophy is the opposite type.
The trophy is the Wellspring mask. However, that doesn't matter. Mask is a mask.
Yes, sir. And let's see, what's the move right here? Looks like Dyle.
Oh, actually, there is a adjustment. Ting Lu is out in front instead of the Qian Pao. And yeah, that's what happened earlier. Urshifu was the one in the lead, and he had the turn 1 Terra. So now we see Zapdos. But remember that the day can be completely ruined with a single icy wind.
Yes, sir. The speed control on Flutter Mane is absolutely horrible, especially for Dyle's team. Being able to slow down Sinistra relatively slow, but if having it go last in like a turn in a speed tier just makes it a whole lot less useful.
Right. I mean, that's always the problem. Dyle does not have Trick Room on this team, but then this thing will drop probably just to sit there and be a problem. He does Terra it into the poison type, getting rid of that water and ice weakness. He switched out his Galarian Zapdos for the Sinistra.
Oh.
Now, Sinistra here, correct me if I'm wrong, I am correct. There is a Rocky Helmet. It's getting kicked in the face, but I think Urshifu might be breaking his knees here.
Urshifu not appreciating the damage it's taken from the Rocky Helmet. I mean, its feet has been stubbed. Looking at that, Urshifu probably around the same HP as the Sinistra at this point.
He basically did as much damage as he took, But what we're seeing is an incredible adjustment from Dyle. But Flutter Mane with a natural 135 base special defense, it is just doing so much. But again, either way, that Terra Blast did not do as much. Super effective damage. Well, it's still a Ting Lu. Ting Lu doesn't do all too much.
Yes, but looking at this right now, this is a really tough situation for Znivs because there is the option for him to potentially get hit with a Matcha Gacha if Dyle has Matcha Gacha on his team, or will Dyle play potentially a bit slower even though there is the threat of Urshifu. But let's see. To be honest, I'm just really scared of the Flutter Mane right now. Potentially it could throw out a Moonblast at either one.
Right. Well, if you really think about it, yeah, there it is. Znivs does withdraw because the threat of Matcha Gacha's burn is just so high.
Yes, sir, and there it is. There's the Incineroar, the world champ difference.
World champ difference, baby.
And the Sinistra survives it. And there's that Terra Blast. Is it enough to take it out? I don't think so, but let's see.
Well, he'll have to pray for a crit.
Oh.
Again, 3-hit KO here. But Trick Room does go up. Znivs did allow Trick Room. We just talked about that. The speed control is a little weird, but Sinistra now pretty damn fast after eating that Icy Wind earlier. And Ting Lu just went, well, I guess. He does have a clear amulet, doesn't matter to him. But, well, Earthquake looks pretty damn hard here,
I think, yes, and I'm probably, if I were a betting man, to be honest, I would be playing this a little bit weirdly. I probably attack, maybe, I don't know. I was like, actually, there's no other move right there. But let's see what the move here is for Dyle, because looking at it right now, it can still swing into Znivs' favor.
Right. I mean, we did see Blake in the previous game just take out Incineroar with Earthquake. Earthquake's a menace. But then we do see that Znivs will commit a Terra towards his Incineroar.
Ooh, there's
Terra
a Terra
Ghost. Interestingly, Terra Ghost.
To be honest, I'm quite used to seeing like a Terra Bug.
Yeah.
In the higher tier, but there's that Protect from Znivs, playing it slowly this time. But there's the Strength Sap. Ooh, that's gonna get a lot of HP back for the Sinistra.
Right. Well, drop that attack, get some HP. But that that did way too much. Okay.
That's not just some. That's actually nearly full HP.
Well, Sinistra's not gonna mind. A little damage here and there.
Ooh, but there's a clear amulet drop.
The clear amulet's gone, so now this Ting Lu can be intimidated. But Ting Lu does have Throat Chop, and I don't think Incineroar is gonna appreciate getting, his neck crippled there, because he can't scream profanities at the opponent with a parting shot
Yes,
if
sir.
throw chop does connect. And Trick Room being up, well, throw chop's gonna make quick work of that Incineroar. Matcha Gacha right there.
To be honest, today I learned that parting shot is actually a sound-based
And
move.
it's sound-based move. I mean, he has to scream at you, flip you off. It's not just flipping you off. It's also about, screaming, you suck, or whatever.
It's,
the opponent.
it's basically max intimidation build and just say, what?
Right? So, we do see a switch here.
Oh, but there's a Matcha Gotcha and he switched into Urshifu. That's not gonna be good.
Will there be it is a KO!
And that Urshifu just got taken care of. Huge
And a burn! The Incineroar gets burnt. But we were just talking about how dangerous Matcha Gacha is. It just burns the Incineroar, takes out the Urshifu, and add insult to injury.
Throat chop, and that is Dyle at an advantage right now. Amazing comeback from Dyle. From that first game, right now he is in a commanding position, and that is really like the undisputed champion energy that I'm loving from him today.
Ting Lu basically looked like Omni-Man telling Mark Grayson, look what you need to mimic a fraction of my power. Throwing that throat chop, telling him to shut up.
Portion of that
Quiet,
power.
you.
Well, we'll think about Incineroar as like Red Dash.
Right.
Red Dash getting bodied by Omni-Man. But there you go. Here comes the Ogrepan. The one last bonk. Is it going to make a huge difference right here, or will it succumb to the
Now, Znivs does not have his era anymore, and that thing is sitting very pretty right there. Well, Strength Stop's still a thing.
Yes, sir. And what I'm really scared here is that potentially throwing out that Terra Blast to any of these targets is going to be dangerous for Znivs. And seeing the Matcha Gacha anyways, even though it is a fire type, you can also just lower its stats.
Right.
There's the option for that, but will the bonk hit? What's the move right there?
I mean, even if he goes to the Matcha Gacha here, it's still a threat to the Flutter Main.
Yes, sir.
Major threat to the Flutter Main, and if I recall, Trick Room is still up. This may possibly be the last turn of Trick Room, or the next one. I'm not exactly sure, but either way,
There's a double protect.
a double protect, stall out the Trick Room. Very fantastic play from Znivs. Dyle probably wanted to just go on the offensive, but then it's not going to matter too much if you really think about it. The Ogrepan has to move the board forward, but the move without Trick Room will make it a lot easier though.
Yes.
Perhaps both of these will be able to take out the King Lu, but Dyle still has two more Pokemon in the back.
Yeah, and right now at that advantage, it's going to be a hard time for Znivs right here. Because as he said, he does feel like the team does counter his. So I wonder what's the move here for Znivs. Because right now, is it going to be like a risk for like a double spiky shield protect if the gods are on his side, or is he going to try to bonk something?
Now, interestingly, we did not see the confirmation that Trick Room has ended. So Trick Room is still up. King Lu will be punching first.
Yes,
the slowest thing on the field. Suddenly, we're seeing Fist of the North Star here. He's gonna show up behind either of these Pokemon, telling him you're already dead, or smacking him with a Terra Blast. But I think that Ogrepan could survive.
Oh, but there's that gamble from Znivs. And that's what I'm saying. That
Double protect.
that gamble right there just shows that he was willing to take that risk. And there's that miss though, but it hits the Flutter Main, and that's unfortunate because that Ogrepan is just gonna tank that.
He's gonna have to tank
Terra
whatever's
Blast.
coming.
Yes, sir.
The Terra Blast comes out, gonna have to tank it.
Is it enough to take it up though?
I'd say 80%.
Oh, but a one
I was
shot,
dead wrong.
one hit KO.
That was a one-hit KO. Definitely one hit.
And we're looking at a final match, a final round on whoever wins this. Is it going to be the man from the bottom of the tournament who lost early and climbed his way up, or is it going to be Dyle, the undisputed champion right now? Is he gonna maintain his position, or is Znivs gonna take it all away for himself? Is he gonna send Dyle crying like the Ogrepan Wellspring Trophy?
But the best thing about this is, regardless of who wins here today, both of these players have already qualified to go into the inter-regional national level, so they will be competing against players from Manila, players from Bacolod, players from Mindanao.
Yes, sir.
These guys are our Cebu representatives, and what an amazing set of representatives we have. Both of these players are incredible, and I'm confident enough they can take home the teal mask and keep it in Cebu.
Yes, sir. And you know what I love about it is because when we see Manila versus Cebu versus Bacolod, it's going to be an entire Rumble Royale of like who's the strongest.
Right,
But,
right.
I believe in the Wolfie of Cebu energy, which is Znivs, and I also believe in Dyle because you know what, Dyle has so much of those strategies that he can pull out. And looking at this right now, those strategies are working against Znivs, and hopefully Znivs can maintain like a good mental against Dyle's team.
No, the most interesting thing is here is Dyle could be like Aaron Zhang actually. Dyle always has several teams up his sleeve.
Yes,
and he
sir.
always does so much analysis on them and he tries to play a slower game. Very similar to Aaron Zhang. But then well, these two players are incredible in their own right. That's Vinz Punay, Znivs, who is incredible, not just the Wolfie of Cebu, but
Yes, sir.
the defender of Cebu, Outbreaks champion.
Yes.
And little known fact, Dyle is still the captain of the Loveridge Lechonks, a Cebu representative team for the Philippine Trainers League. So
Yeah.
again, both these players are incredible. And the more fun part is, Znivs is one of Dyle's. He's part of the
team.
Lechong crew. Anyway, enough banter. The match is starting
Yes.
with the exact same leads, actually.
Oh, this is looking really dangerous right now because to be honest, this start right here could be the make or break for Dyle. Because we're looking at the Urshifu potentially Cantera early. We're looking at the speed control again on the Flutter main. But what's the move here? Is it gonna be something of like a repeat from last time, or will they switch up? What's the mix up right here? And I'm really scared of what Dyle has in store for Znivs because the bull can tank something. The bird, I'm not sure.
The bird, not so much, but we've seen that one good predict is already being used. So if both players play the exact same way, it could play out similarly. Turn one is most important. We will be seeing Dyle switch out his Zapdos again for the Sinistra. But the question is, does Znivs also go for the Surging Strikes into the Sinistra once more? Or will he decide, you know what, I'm just going to kick this deer in the face?
Well, to be honest, what I think would be a really fun move right here is for him to swap out the Urshifu into the Ultron, and then that gives him to a really commanding wave. But there's a Thunder Wave. Nice read there
Thunder Wave.
by Znivs.
But what's the Urshifu gonna do? Surging Strikes go straight for the Ting Loop
Oh.
instead of the Sinistra. However, we're not seeing the most damage here. Not very common. A little under 100 points of damage. But Ting Lu can easily tank 100 points of damage.
Right, and look at that. The bowl might not be half full, but it's doing a lot right now. The Flutter main generally is going to be the main threat right here because it can continue to maintain the speed control, but there is also the threat of Trick Room. I'm just wondering what's the option here for Znivs, because if Dyle gets to continue that lead right now with his Tinglu, if you can't remove it, it's going to be trouble spelled for Znivs.
Now here's the more interesting thing. Even if Dyle goes for the Earthquake here, Sinistra can tank it. You'll see it does like 20, 30 points of damage. However, something we have not seen from the Sinistra is it has not used a single Rage Powder.
Yes, sir.
If Dyle truly wants to redivert this damage, he can very easily do Rage Powder or Trick Room, provided he does not get hurt by the paralysis. Now, we do see Znivs pull out his Urshifu here and sends out Burger the Incineroar again, just making sure to lower the damage of this Ting Lu.
Oh, but there it is. They're lowering the damage, but that's really dangerous right there. Let's see.
Terra Blast does come out, but then it just completely gets blocked by that Protect from the Flutterman. And Sinistra goes for the Trick Room.
And this is looking really scary because Sinistra can throw out the Matcha Gacha at this point. It doesn't matter if he doesn't get a burn. But looking at it, Strength Sap is also a viable option. Try to throw it into the Incineroar. It may be paralyzed, but it's still gonna go first in the speed tier.
I mean, the paralysis kind of works in his favor, provided, it doesn't get stopped by the paralysis.
Yes.
Shout out to a friend of mine in Manila, Dejan. He mentioned earlier that he got really unlucky. He got paralyzed by another Fluttermane, and he ate a 3-turn para.
Oh my god, that is unfortunate. A 25% chance per turn, and you lose all of those.
Right, and then yeah, well, the Flutter main here, Znivs decided, you know what, he's gonna be really useful later, and we see the dynamic duo of not Urshifu, that is a Rillaboom,
Rillaboom.
Rillaboom and an Incineroar. Matcha Gotcha does come out from the. It's not doing much.
But there's a potential for burn, but no. But
No
there's
burns.
a Terra Blast. It's probably gonna hit, and it does target the Rillaboom. How much is it gonna do? Nearly one shot.
That did way too much damage, way too much than normal. But you have to remember this Sinistcha is still a ghost.
Yes, sir. And the Sinistcha just tanked so much, even though that's a stab knockoff. That is, this is gonna be what's the make or break moment right now, because potentially it's either Strength Sap into either of these targets, or he goes into like a more defensive option. But I'm really thinking maybe Strength Sap would put him at a huge move right here, because if he Strength Saps, gets that Sinistcha back into full HP, he can still position more options to the Matcha Gotcha later on, or the Rage Powder.
I mean, if you really look at it, you remember the Strength Sap just fully heals him, and he's moving first. Again, provided that he does not get,
Does not
he
get
doesn't get stuck by paralysis.
But there it is!
There it is.
Strength Sap! And Dyle just puts back that T full HP. The cup and the bowl working together.
Cup in the bowl, it's just serving tonight. Flare Blitz does come out, and it is really just not enough.
It does not matter, because no matter how hot that fire is, your strength has been drained.
It has been sapped. All right, we are back.
Right, and right now we're seeing the option here for Znivs. And looking at Dyle right now, you can see you can see from Dyle that he has been trying to gather or like feel out the energy right now. Like, no para hacks, no para hacks, no para hacks.
Yeah, he's praying for it. You can see it in his face. He's looking at Sinistcha from the back, and the Sinistra's sweating right in front of him, going, I can't, not now, not for my trainer.
He's sweating green.
Sweating more of that matcha. Znivs does pull out the Rillaboom here and sends out the Flutter main.
Oh, but
and finally the Sinistcha out of fear.
Oh, there it is.
Terra Blast does come out and still smacks this Flutter main.
Oh, but I think that survives it there.
He does in fact survive it.
Oh, but there's a knockoff, and there's that Clear Amulet, and it's gonna go. This is gonna look really dangerous at this point, because Znivs down one Pokemon and the Sinistcha can still try to catch another Strength Sap if Trick Room is still up, and this is
Trick Room is still in fact up, so we have not gotten any confirmations that the Trick Room will drop.
Oh no, I can't watch. I'm really scared for Ziv right now, because we can see another Strength Sap, we can see potentially a Matcha Gotcha, we can potentially see, I don't know, a Rage Powder for the first time, but there's a Protect playing a little slower. So again, that Incineroar is easy bait. There's nothing for the Incineroar to do right now unless it switches out and is under pressure from the Ting-Lu, because if he switches out this Incineroar, Rillaboom could potentially eat another Terra Blast, and you don't want that. But there's a parting shot.
He does go for the parting shot now that the Clear Amulet's gone. Ting-Lu will now be at -1. And at -1, there's a potential for -2 the moment this Incineroar goes back in.
Yes, sir. 1 + 1 is 2, but quick maths.
Quick maths.
And looking at what the Grassy Surge Rillaboom is gonna do, I'm really worried for. Oh, there's the Urshifu.
Urshifu comes back, yeah. But will this be the last turn of Trick Room? Yes, it will.
All right, and this is gonna be this is gonna be potentially the turning point here. What does Znivs do? Does he pressure? Does he pressure the Ting-Lu? Does he pressure the Sinistcha? Is he potentially just gonna try to, potentially try and make a Hail Mary move that takes out?
Dyle has not once clicked Protect in this entire match, so I think he's gonna be okay. We saw the Urshifu do approximately 90 or 100 points of damage, so this Ting-Lu is gonna be able to tank it. We don't know what the Flutter main is gonna do, but we do know that Znivs is going for a Terra here. It will be Terra
Terra Water
And
Urshifu.
But will it do enough to finally take out this King Lu? Even if he goes for the Surging Strike. And if he goes for the Surging Strikes, what's stopping the
Oh, nice Thunder Wave.
nice Thunder Wave? What is stopping this lone little Sinistcha from just using Matcha Gotcha to take out both the Urshifu like we saw last time, and maybe take out the Flutter Mane?
Oh, but look at that. The Urshifu trying to put in some work and trying to take out that Tinglu real fast. Hopefully it can put a dent into that armor that's on Dyle right now. But there's a Terra Blast. That's definitely taking out.
At -1, will it still be enough to take out the weakened Flutter Mane?
I'm betting gut.
Oh,
no!
But we have Matcha Gotcha. The Sinistcha is unfortunately paralyzed and unable.
Yeah, this is looking dangerous because this can swing right now into Znivs' hand. He still can take this away from Dyle, and this is a dangerous moment for both of these players because right now Unseen Fist punches through Protect.
Unseen Fist does in fact punch through Protect, and as we know that there is nothing on Dyle's side of the field that can do anything against the Surging Strike. Something has to go down here, but the question is, will it be the King Lu? Is Dyle willing to sacrifice the King Lu, or is he willing to sacrifice something else? The King Lu is weakened beyond all measure, and this Sinistcha can just go straight for the Matcha Gotcha here to take out the Flutter Mane and hurt that.
Oh, that's a -2 right now.
And yeah, 1 + 1 is 2. At -2, what is this King Lu gonna do?
I'm really scared because even though that Sinistcha doesn't have Rocky Helmet anymore, so it's free for the Urshifu to do a lot of damage. It doesn't matter. It does not take anything from that. So right now it's a free trade for Znivs at this point. But let's see how much he does to that Incineroar with that Terra Blast.
Unfortunately, at -2, that's probably not going to do much anymore. But we don't know if Terra Blast is going to switch the special attack stat, because Terra Blast always goes with the highest stat. If King Lu is weakened enough, it may just go and calculate using the special attack stat, which means the intimidate won't matter anymore. But then, what good is its stats anyway?
To be honest, like last turn, to be honest, I would have thought that the Matcha Gotcha would have been the most optimal play right there for Dyle, because if Znivs did not switch out the Urshifu, he does get the chance to potentially knock it out or burn it. Even though the burn does not matter, you get the chip off on the Urshifu, and that makes it a lot more easier for the other Pokemon to clean up. But there it is, he switches out.
Now, we do know that the Incineroar has been unable to take out this Sinistcha in one hit, but that was because it was under the effect of
Strength Sap.
Yeah, Strength Sap. So, at 100% power, will Flare Blitz finally be enough to take out this? Yes,
Yes,
it will.
it does. And this is really good right now for Znivs, and he is fighting back. He is blowing through the Pokemon that is in Dyle's roster, and I don't know.
The Citrus Berry activate.
Earthquake -2 on Grassy Surge. Grassy terrain, not gonna do a lot.
Not gonna do. It did practically nothing. -2. There were just too many things. One too many things against it. Unfortunately. The Zapdos is still there to wreak havoc. This Zapdos is now free to do whatever it wants.
Yes, sir. But we do have fake out pressure off the Rillaboom, so it makes you wonder what does the Zapdos want? Does it, will Dyle potentially make a crazy play here? Is he gonna do something wild? This is gonna be insane because you don't want to get hit by a Choice Scarf Brave Bird at this point, especially if you're a Rillaboom.
Right.
And you don't have Terra. There's no defensive Terra for both of these Pokemon.
There's so much fake out pressure from both of these Pokemon right now.
Let's see. I'm just super excited to see what's the move right here. It's probably fake out Slurp Blitz. I don't know.
Quite possibly, actually, but then...
Oh, he does swap out the Tinglu. And
Tinglu does get swapped out.
Let's see. Dyle, let's see if Znivs targets that slot onto the Tinglu. But there's a fake out, and that's what I'm talking about. Fake out into the Flare Blitz potentially is the move right here. And he parting shots.
He parting shots into the Dragonite. This Dragonite needs as much help as it can get. However, we still have a big problem here. That bird,
The bird, the the electric chicken is out here right now. Even if that Urshifu is there, the pressure from the bird.
the bird,
But let's see.
at -1, this bird, the Dragonite, it's still threatened. But the thing is, if Znivs sends his Incineroar back in, that bird is going to come back and do something insane.
And it's an either or option right now. I think the best option is for Znivs to like pressure Dyle more on the other side, on one of his faster Pokemon, but I don't know. It's looking really close because we can't predict who's gonna take this.
Exactly. So, who's getting kicked in the face is the bigger question.
Oh, but there it is. There's the Incineroar swap, and it is the Defiant.
No,
Oh,
it's
the Fluttermane.
the Fluttermane.
Oh,
He's decided to sacrifice the Fluttermane to scout out whatever move the Zapdos is gonna do. An intelligent move by Znivs, just in case the Zapdos attack that slot. So now Znivs knows that the Zapdos will be using.
oh, but I think the Surging Strikes is enough.
It will be enough to take out that Zapdos.
Oh no, and we're at this point where that Dragonite needs all the help that he can get, but nothing at this point can potentially stop Znivs. We're looking at an Incineroar in the back, we're looking at a Rillaboom in the back, and that Dragonite, even with loaded dice, might not be able to do so much.
Even with loaded dice, this Dragonite still is not able to do all too much. And correct me if I'm wrong, Incineroar will be coming back.
Yes, and the worst part is the defense drop on the Dragonite, because Urshifu does not care about it, but the Incineroar does and the Rillaboom does. And
Right.
it looks like a really, really tight moment for Dyle.
But-
Znivs, amazing adaptation to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, this can still go either way, actually. The Dragonite can clutch something up. You never say never with these. But then, it is an uphill battle altogether. The King Lu looking a little worse for wear here.
Yes, sir. And this is gonna be the worst part for Dyle, because he can still just swap out the Incineroar for the Rillaboom or just Parting Shot again, and just basically turn the Dragonite into like a sitting duck, and it can't do anything to any other Pokemon remaining in the battle. But I don't know. It feels like the momentum has swung into the other side.
It's just so impressive. I mean, again, we have takeout pressure coming out. That multi-scale now gone. And I don't think Dragonite's gonna appreciate getting smacked in the face. I don't think either of these Pokemon are gonna get.
Oh, and there's that
there
damage.
it is. The damage is right there. The fake out coming from the Incin just takes out the Dragonite. And the Dragonite with that reduced defense from the. I think this may be it.
Yeah.
Our Cebu, Ivy Cudgel, one last bonk. Winner may just be Znivs, the current reigning champion, showing why he is a champion, and Dyle showing exactly why he's a captain. He's not one to be taken lightly at all.
And then he predicts the move, and there it is. There's the
Scale
ball.
shot goes into the Urshifu, and the Urshifu protects itself with that protect, dodges all of those hits, parting shots into the Dragonite.
And as we said earlier, turning that Dragonite into just a sitting duck, minus stats, it does not matter at all unless it can pull like a 5-hit crit.
Absolutely nothing you can do at this point, unfortunately. As much as we'd love to call it, no matter, unless he crits
Every single scale shot.
every single skill shot 3 times in a row.
Yes, sir. And is RNG? No.
But we do see that Dyle goes with the
And there it is.
And our Cebu Inter-Regional Champion, Znivs,
Yes, sir.
winner of the IV Cudgel, one last bonk.
From the bottom to the top, and he has conquered everyone with his team, and especially with the Ogre Pond in the back, just shows you gotta bring the title Pokemon.
You gotta bring the title Pokemon. Both of these players, actually, our top 3 are from the Loveridge Lechonks. These guys are not pre-messed with. So, fantastic game overall. And thank you so much, Android Paul, for casting with me for the finals.
Yes, sir. And thank you so much, Wall Breaker, for having me. And this has been an amazing, amazing one last bomb. And we'll see you guys in the next tournament.
Hopefully there's a next one, but this is World Breaker signing out and my co-host.
Andrew Pop.
See you on the next one.